Hi there, I'm Brooke.
I'm Grant.
And we just watched the movie Unbroken, an early screening before it's released, and it comes out on Christmas Day 2014. And tonight we just watched the film. We're blessed to see it in a full theater. We read the book first, and we read it as a family, and since we both went to the movie, thought that we would give our quick review of what we thought, mom and son, of the movie Unbroken. So I'll start with Grant. What did you think?
It was cool.
Did you like the book better or the movie better?
The book.
Okay, but you thought the movie was good?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
No.
One of the biggest takeaways first, I'll say, about the film is that I went into it with the expectations that I'd be disappointed because Louis, for us, is a hero. And we read the book as a family. It took us probably 4 or 6 months to actually get through it all. My teen and preteen kids then actually wrote him a letter because we just admire him so much. So I thought there'd be no way that the film would do him justice as the story did in Laura Hillenbrand. But I loved it. And I think from the opening scene where they had an amazing special effects sequence with the bombardier and the Japanese Zeros and that whole thing, that sucks you in to the inspiration of his faith. And I cried. Did you cry? Not even a little? Did you see me crying? I kept crying because it's also the relationship with his mom, his Italian mom, and how he and his brother. Were you inspired by that?
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
I think.
Yeah. And how his brother pushed him. And the motto. What was the motto? Speak loud, 'cause we can hear you. It's powerful. What was the motto? Take it till you make it.
No. If you can take it, you can make it.
If you can take it, you can make it. That is something that Louis' older brother said to him and inspired him and keeps coming back through the movie as you see him in different situations. Now, I want to just quickly touch on the torture, the suffering, and especially the themes that might be questionable for younger kids. You know, for us, we read it and we discussed all of these things in length. So I felt really comfortable, especially since it's PG-13, taking Grant because there was nothing that I felt would come up in the movie that we hadn't already discussed and we didn't already know. So for parents, I guess a disclaimer based on what your rating system is or how you discern if you're going to take them to a film like that, I would definitely say do your research and if possible read the book first. The biggest thing I appreciated probably about the whole film, other than just the respect it gave Louis, was the fact that it did not use gratuitous language or violence. To me, it was like, you know, The Bridge on the River Kwai or, you know, some of these great classic Army or any military, any great film in history, it's not laced with profanity. And even though it's a war movie, you don't see a lot of modern films like that that don't have a lot of bad words in it. And I think for the elderly crowd, the veterans, my kids, I appreciated that so much. It was classy. You got it. There were a few things sprinkled in. It was just enough. And the same thing with the violence and the abuse. You didn't need to see splatter or, you know, graphic detail. You understood what was happening. And, you know, I think the audience is smart enough to put it together, and I really appreciated that. And overall, it is long, but if you read the book, there's just no other way to do it. So my biggest piece of advice is read a little bit about Louis' life going in. Know that it's going to be an emotional movie, but it's also very uplifting and one that has a lot of inspirational and edifying nuggets that I think we both loved. So, and amazing acting, by the way, too, from the way that they lost the weight to the trauma that was visible on their faces. Just overall, a very high mark to Angelina Jolie. And one more takeaway, the faith. I was worried about that as well because that's a huge part of the story, the redemption, the forgiveness that was touched on in the end, and I thought very well done. So for me, as a huge Louis fan, for us as a family, I give it thumbs up. Thumbs up? Mother-daughter thumbs up on Unbroken. Thanks. Son, mother-son. Oh. Mother-son. Thumbs up.